Good day to you, my fellow endoskeletons, and welcome back to the channel. We're here back in the Duratech ship shop, now taking a look at some of their larger spaceships. We've got two sides to visit, and in this side we have three different ships to look at, so let's get right to it. Starting off with this beastie, this is the Hana Mark Ii. The Hana Mark II is a utility prospector and premium miner, a successor to the original Hana class mining ship. This comfortable vessel accommodates a device area that can be equipped to the belter's various needs. It goes 135 meters per second, has a rather large range, and has 118 cargo crates with its one mining laser and two ore collector combo. And we're looking at 40 million for this. Whew. Pretty expensive, but damn does it look good. Right, to start off with, at the front we have this really cool wraparound frame and a very expansive cockpit. This is really good looking. Underneath we have the material scanner, and above we have the rangefinder. Now, just here we can see there's some small hatches here, so we'll have to see what those are all about in a bit. On top we have a really cool decorated area with some angles and curves, which looks really nice, plus a couple of extra thrusters here. I'm seeing some more arrows pointing this way with hinges, so maybe one of these sides opens up. On the right hand side here we have what looks like a symbol for a hard point, so maybe we've got access to cabling inside there. Some more thrusters. The main door with a big Duratech logo on, very nice. And we've got some messages on the side here. Ramp will move. Okay, very nice. We'll check that out in just a moment. We've also got a little light hidden back behind here. We have a whole bunch more rangefinders, so this is most likely for assistance of avoiding asteroids. We've got a couple of grey plates there. Who knows if that's intentional or not? Let's have a look. Same on the other side, so must be. We've got some more hatches here. This ship holds many secrets. Oh, another one of these panels here. Heading along the side, we can see some rather large thrusters here. When the LOD reloads, got too far away from it there. And we're back! We've got these two triangle thrusters here to give this a whole bunch of thrust, and then another two replicated just below here. And there's these little holes in the top as well, just for extra added detail. These are not needed, they don't serve any purpose whatsoever, but they just look cool and give the ship some very varied shape. At the back here we can also see some more thrusters. These are, instead of using like 4, 6, 10 maneuvering thrusters, you just use a couple of these and bam, you are good to go. On the back here we have such a huge thruster department where we've got these 5 groups of triangle thrusters. Now, a quick tip to remember while you're designing your ships: if you have a selection of triangle thrusters all connected like this group here will only need one hard point at a minimum and must have the same thruster name. Same for this big section in the middle and the other 3 outside ones. So remember that when designing your ships. I'll tell you what, we can even check, see if Duratech's done it. Not that I doubt them, of course. So if we just go to data here, we've got middle triangle and middle triangle. So it's most likely they've just named them all the same, which is also perfectly fine too. So let's dig around underneath, see if we've got anything to see under here. We've got a whole load of extra triangle thrusters here. That's quite a bunch. And what looks like another access hatch. Same on the other side. This could be for making this planetary viable, well, moon viable, but we'll have to see depending on its mass. Certainly a lot of thrust. And it's also got down-facing rangefinder there to measure the distance. We've got another hatch in the middle there as well. Right, let's quickly double check the top. Oh, there we go. There is all the radiators, of course. 2 loads of those and a resource bridge in the middle there. Checking down the middle of the top, we've got pretty much the same as below. Much less thrust on the top, however. So yeah, definitely must be taking into account for gravity on this one. I would love to see how this performs on the moon. Whether it can hold up its own weight. But yeah, we've got some more hatches here. Another one here. And there was some on the top there. So let's jump in and see what all the buttons do and see if we can't get these service hatches to open. Now, isn't that slick? You've got a little ramp that comes out with no visible entryways or hinges or sliders. I've seen previous ships of theirs where you could see the sliders and stuff, but this is smooth. Doors go cleanly inside. Very, very nice. Okay, let's have a little look around. Look at this! This actually feels like a proper spaceship. This is so cool. And it's really well lit as well. Like, some of these lights are a bit bright if you look at them, but if you're not looking at the lights, that looks nice and clean. I'm liking that. Oh, and lit under the stairs too. Ugh. The luxury of having all this space. Now, I'm interested in what this is. What is this? Socket. Ah, so they've just covered up a socket that you can use for anything you want. So if you had extra stuff that you wanted to put in here, extra machinery, extra crates and what have you, anything at all, you could put it in here, take that little text pad off and then be able to cable it up, no problem. Oh, and two more down here as well. God, they're all over the place. They've thought about expansion and everything. We've got some really good use of decals in here and the decorative plating. This is just looking really, really nice. And another internal resource bridge as well. Right, let's go through one of these. Generame, your time has come. Open sesame. Ooh, very, very moody, very dark. We're going to need a flashlight here. Kind of looks like an abandoned ship from the inside. Look at that. Oh, as we're shut in. No! Trapped for all eternity. There you go. Now you're getting the real ambience of the place. Now we've not got the light leaking through. This is looking very, very nice. Oh, a little bit of a open beamage here. Very unusual. But oh, here's your all the controls and transponders and stuff that you need. Should you need to edit those, so they're easily accessible. The generator core is freaking huge. This goes all the way back here. Look. That's pretty crazy. That's a lot of fuel rods. That's a lot of propellant. Now, I'm guessing this is most likely mirrored on the other side, because this is just one half, and I know we can see through to the other side there. This is probably where the other door goes through. Now, as terms of chips for the YOLO coding, we have got quite a few here. This is stacked. This has got so much code, it's ridiculous. You got a couple of free spots so you can write your own for different aspects of the ship. Got tons of batteries here. This side is mostly different artistic plating, which looks really nice. And then we've got over here, we've got a big red button that just is asking to be pushed. Not sure what that does, but we've got the cruise mode button down here, which is interesting. Let's just turn that off. ACAS. That's doing something. Again, you have to read the manual for specific uses, but there's a lot of different things that all the different ships like to put in on their ships, and reading all the manuals and trying to explain all the different things will just take too long. But for now, we're just looking at what we've got. So we've got chamber rates, radiation rates, how much coolant we've got, and very handy for bigger ships is tank time and rod time, so you know how you've got left. If you're traveling a long distance, you'll know you'll need to change your rod in, say, 6 hours or 20 hours. And same for the tanks as well. You know how long you've got left before you need to refuel. So let's head out and check out the other side. I'm pretty sure it's going to be symmetrical, knowing previous Duratech ships. There we go. Exactly the same thing again. Let's just check the spacing on these chips. Again, a huge use of chips. Quite a few spare ones on this side though, which is good to see. So yeah, loads and loads of room should you wish to customize this ship to your needs. I'm guessing behind that and the rest of the bulk of the ship will just be the cargo crates. So we are left with the bridge area now. Also, what I didn't notice, tells you where to go. Cockpit, machine area. Super cool. Same on the other side. So here we've got all the ship details, including its class, name, and where you can put in your pilot name once you own this ship. You can just hit the U button on this and you can edit all the stuff in here and change it to say, hey, owned by Kenetor or whoever. preferably yourself. We've got door buttons here. We've got on this side different waypoints. So you can set specific waypoints for specific stations, and it will tell you how far away you are from those, or if you're pointing in the right direction, which looks pretty cool. We've got a little board table here with a over table light, which is really, really nice to see. And I think one of the buttons I hit in the engine room turned on these rangefinders. Let's just take a quick look at that. There you go. That's what you're going to be using for asteroid avoidance, it would seem. So I'm guessing once these beams are broken by an asteroid, it will either slow down or it will... Ooh, let's just get back in there. Or it will avoid that automatically. So coming down here, you have this very cool layout. Really nice detail around the sides here. And you've got a little seat sunken in the middle. You've got an over-the-top display here. Tons of stuff. Everything from generators, turtle modes, how much thrust is available. And you've got your cruise mode. You've got all these other things. You've got the lights. We can just turn off all the lights. If you're wondering what this looks like with the lights off. Pretty dull and dark. So let's get those bad boys back on, because they were pretty damn cool. We turn those back on, and you'll notice as well with these Duratech ships that the lights don't tend to interfere with all the controls, and the controls are also painted black, so the writing stands out clearer, which is another good tip for you. So we've got a couple of coloured buttons here. As for what these are specifically for, who knows, but that certainly did something. And we got laser collector switches here, little toggle switches. The asteroid avoidance. Not sure what that does, but it turns itself on and off. And you've got your various slides and stuff here. Further up, we've got more flashing lights. Service. Oh, let's get service mode going as well. And then on this side, we've got a control system for ISAM for putting in waypoints and navigation points and whatnot. So I'm guessing we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and a 0, so you can input coordinates. Hopefully it's that way. There's no numbers on this, so maybe if we push one, nope, nothing comes up. But I'm sure it will be in the manual in which order that it goes in. Oh, there we go. We've got extra controls just above the seat here, so should you need to change any of these lever values or replace them, that's where they go. So let's have a little look-see. Oh, what the hell is this? Look at this bay. What a neat little hidden bay. That's really cool. So what we got here? So we got one laser on a robotic arm, and then those little hatches were where the collectors were hiding. That's super interesting. What else do we have? So we got service hatches back here. So this will be for the thrusters, no doubt. Yep. So you can rewire those should they need changing or editing. On the underside, there is nothing on this bit. Over here we have the bottom of the generator. Can we stick our head through this little hole? No. So unsure which this is for in terms of editing use. Doesn't seem to be extremely useful for access. On the bottom of these we've got a pretty large access area. So this will get us behind the thrusters and access to... These are back of the YOLO chips, and then we've got, I think, just more access to the thrusters and cargo crates back here. Lots of empty space that could be used for stuff. So let's jump on the top. It's most likely the same top to bottom mirror as well, which yes, it is. And then we had that same mirrored hatch on the bottom, which again doesn't really seem to be used for anything. Maybe just for bolting or just general generator access, but other than that I don't know why you would need this. You could probably do all the same from the engine room, but I'm sure Duratech will let us know in the comments of the video, as they do love to watch these. So there you go, a big honking miner. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. It's certainly got a lot of features. It's got a lot of thrusters. So this one is definitely going to be a winner by the looks of it. Very, very design conscious. Decisions made all throughout the ship. It looks great. It's got the performance. It can go pretty fast. It's got a reasonable amount of crates for the 40 million, for the speed and extra bits that it's got. So give this one a look should you wish. Now, this next one, if we can get this loaded. There we go. Oh, and immediately we've got a vertically moving seat. So that looks pretty cool. Let's see how far away from this we can get, just to get a good look at it. This is one chunky boy. Very chunky. And would you look at that? Is that a plane inside the cockpit? What the hell, Duratech? That is some sick flexing right there. They've got part of the plane below the glass, and then it comes up through the glass for the little tail section at the back. That's just sick. Sick engineering flex right there. Right, so let's kick us off. Turn the flashlight on here. We have, same as the other one just over there, you've got these thrusters on the side for extra turning power. Saves you a whole bunch of space in terms of laying out tons of maneuvering thrusters, as I explained before. On the front here, we've got 2 main collectors either side, and then 4 turreted mining lasers. So these will be able to hit in pretty much any direction, and they seem to be in like a stowed position here, which is actually super cool. So if we go down the ship, we've got again lovely use of just lots of different types of plating here, just to give it a bit of interest. Otherwise you just have normal flat plating running across the whole thing. And then we've got these floor plates that are covering this large area. Who knows if there's normal armor under that or if it's just the floor plates, but I will guess we will find out. On the back we have the honking great plasma thruster. That's this guy. This thing is a plasma thruster, and yes, you can walk inside it. This will melt your endo, but this will produce a lot of thrust. Now for each of these you've got these rings that go around. Each of these rings will provide up to 7 million thrust units, and this one looks like it's got 3 of them, so that's quite a lot of thrust. And then to complement that, they've also given it a whole bunch of triangle thrusters as well. This thing is going to chew through power. These thrusters use a lot of power. Even just to stay activated when you're not moving, they will still consume power as well. Not as much, mind you, but it's a reasonable cost. So let's take a little dive underneath here. So we've got cargo log beams here, so you'll be able to carry either a small snub fighter or an asteroid back with you, depending on the mass of the asteroid. We've got an absolute ton of cooling, which is not surprising given that it's got a plasma thruster. The power generation on the ship will be pretty immense. We've got a hatch just at the bottom here. This area seems to be lacking a little bit in detail, but that may be on purpose, just to maybe give it a bit of contrast to the rest of the ship. You've got these kind of ladders that go up, and reverse thrust smack bam in the middle of the ship with a rangefinder. Let's find our way in now. I'm pretty sure there should be a hatch around here somewhere. Oh, there's certainly a nice stair to go in. Is this open by default? Nope. We hit the button and we were flung upwards. There we go. Nice hatch that opens up. Greeted straight away by the ship name and class, as well as your own details. Let's close that off. Oh. Is that a fold-out staircase? Oh my god, the design never stops. Look at these guys. That's a crazy flex, and I'm not even jumping. Oh, the only thing I can't do is the final step. That is it. Oh, that's just crazy. Let's watch that again. Let's just squeeze on through here. They've double-sided the button, so you can press it from the other side. Look at that. All folds up. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That is amazing. That and a plane inside the cockpit. What the hell, guys? What the actual hell? We've got a happy smiley face here. What the hell? This is amazing. You have a little private meeting area with movable seats. This ship has so many tricks, it's ridiculous. So you've got a lower area here with a whole bunch of different controls. And then we've got this area with a bunch of color buttons, mining devices, ore scanner, diagnostics, static mode, drill mode, wipe mode. So obviously these lasers will have different modes that can be cycled through. We'll try and have a look at those in just a moment. We come up here, we've also got, let's turn this light off here. Again, the same waypoint system that we saw in the previous ship with the same layouts. Nice to have these saved as a module. If you should you make anything like this for your own ships, you save this as a module and you can just paste that module in on every new ship you work on, giving your ships a general feel for its control layouts. Okay, jumping in here, we have a very simple layout to start with. We've got, see, quick menu, chair, warning, plasma on, next. Okay, let's see if any of these buttons work. Oh, there you go, look at that. We can cycle through a whole bunch of different stats for the ship instead of having lots of different things laying around in front of you covering up your field of view. That's super cool. And speaking of field of view's not too bad. Obviously we're missing quite a bit in terms of below and to the side, but above certainly, and importantly as well behind you should you be chased by pirates. So that's a good thing too. Now which button lowers the chair? This one maybe? Yes. There you go. You can take the chair all the way down to the bottom. What else have we got here? Plasma, cruise mode, warning. Does that do anything? There we go. Nothing. We got a cruise mode. Quick info. Does that skip to something? Nope. Got Pathfinder. There we go. So you know what you're coming up to, with probably results of that on one of these many pages. So let's see if we take the chair back up. That's very cool. But where are they hiding the normal controls? Just the normal levers. There's only two here. That's certainly not enough. We've got some cool lights. Look at this. Just the lights that are tucked away, hidden everywhere. Just to give a very specific look to the ship. I just think it's brilliant. These guys really know what they're doing. It's so good. I'm guessing they're going to be hidden in this middle section. It's certainly big enough. And it has to be close to the chair. So I'm going to guess these are all hidden in here for the controls. Or tucked under these stairs somewhere. But that is really cool. Let's see if we can get the laser fired up. Let's bring the chair down. And see if we can get these mining lasers going. You're going to be able to access it from here. Okay, so mining mode, I'm guessing we need to turn on. Laser. Collector, why not turn them both on? Okay, so by default, this is just going straight forward. And we've got static. Just straight point to the middle there. We've got wipe. Nope, doesn't do anything. Maybe I have to turn static first. Wipe. There we go. Just moving up and down and then left to right. That's pretty cool. Turn that one off and drill. No, not sure what's going on. Don't know why it's turning on and off. It's a very confusing mode. Seems to be going around in circles. Little circles? Not sure. Let's go back to that wipe mode because that looked really cool. There you go, so they get into position first and then they start powering through. But they're still turning on and off. What is going on? I'm guessing it's a power issue. So I'm going to turn mining mode off. And they are going to tuck back in. Alright, let's get out of this one. This is I can't get over that. That just looks so cool. Right, let's get out of this ship. Let's close it off from the outside here. There you go. Closed. So that is quite the mammoth ship. Oh my goodness. Now I believe I forgot to read the board. So this is the Hana Mark Ii. It says Hana up there. It says Heptaphili down here. Which one is it, boys? Make your mind up, Duratech. It's probably a dev issue on renaming the ship wrong. But let's go through. We got a utility Prospector mining laser drill ship. The main focus of this fast drill ship is to mine asteroids of variable sizes, and it should be paired with a large freighter for maximum efficiency. It can go 145 meters per second. That's just 5 meters per second off the max speed of the game, by the way. It can run for 4.1 hours, has massive power generation, but a bit short on the ore crates. Only 112, and as I said, it should be paired with a large freighter. We got 4 mining lasers, 2 collectors, and this is an advanced level ship. 64 million! Oh, that's an advanced level price. But it does come with quite a few different tricks, as I showed you. Now, we've got a couple of little bits opened up here. Very sneaky place to hide some coolant, just under here. And, there you go, there's your main controls, flight controls and stuff is in here. Oh, I love flying around the inside of a ship, checking out the gubbins. Here's all the generator and stuff, and you've got a resource bridge in here as well. Check that out. Very nice. But the rest of the ship will just be, of course, cargo crates and the giant plasma thruster, which goes all the way through the core of the ship. So, need an advanced miner? Got a large fleet with a lot of carriers? This thing could be your ticket to getting a lot of ore. Come check it out. And our final ship for today is this one, when we can get it to load. Oh, lots of noises coming from that one. There we go. Ooh, very different lighting in this one with the purple touch. Very nice. Dual seat setup in the bridge there. Oh, even more seats. What is going on with this ship? There's seats everywhere. Alright, so looking at this ship. Oh, where do I start? Okay, let's take a closer look at this bridge. So we can already see from inside here there's tons of space for YOLO code in here. We've got 2 main seats here, so probably captain and pilot. And then we've got these secondary seats which are facing backwards. Now you might wonder why that is, but this ship is for hauling either derelict wreckage of ships for salvage later on, or it's there to grab entire asteroids, and you're going to want to move those asteroids into position. So to do that accurately and not crash them into your ship and smash to pieces, you've got areas like this which are nice and easy to control, so you can make sure your ship gets into the right space to carry the things you want to carry. Now tucked under each section you can see a whole bunch of radiators here, and a small slice into the ship here. Can't say I'm a fan of this huge gap that just runs all the way along the ship. That's not cool. Definitely didn't expect this from Duratech. Seems either like they were forced to do this, or it's just a little bit sloppy. Maybe rushed. Down here we've got a bit more light coming from the shop itself, so we can see a bit better now. So we can see all of these little black boxes here. These are your cargo lock beams, and you can see that they are arranged in 3 lots at 90 degrees from each other, which is the requirement to get a lock. You can see we've also got this bare beam area, which looks like it could just be a bumper to the main ship, so should you accidentally nudge anything against this, this should absorb some of the stress from a small bump at least. On the front here we can see we've got lots of triangle thrusters for maneuvering, which is always good to see. And same up this side as well. And then we've got these curved elements, which is rare to see such large sweeping curves on a Duratech ship. They're very much normally all about the angles. So this is really cool to see, and they shift between the black and the white through the different areas of the ship. Below we've got some reverse thrusters smacked on here, and I can already see the telltale signs of a plasma thruster, as well as some hidden hatches. Now, will these open? Nope, they're going to be powered. So you got the same layout all the way around the ship. So you've got 4 sections that you can grab stuff in, which is super helpful for taking large amounts of stuff back. The plasma thruster, just like the ship next to us, runs the entire length of the ship to maximize the use of the single backplate component, and that's what takes up the extra charge. All of this is only powered when you've got it running. The back bit, however, is what takes the charge the entire time. And that is even deeper than the other one. So this thing has just so much thrust, it's ridiculous. And only needs a couple of extra thrusters on the back as well. So looking at it from a more zoomed out point of view, it's a very solid shape. There's lots of variation in its colour, in its plates and detail work. But I definitely like the detail on the last ship a little bit more. So one of these has got to be a door somewhere. Oh, we got another resource bridge just here. I'm guessing this is the door. This seems a bit thin. That's a slider. No, it's not. Oh my god. Seriously. They've got a lit rotating door. That is mad. Where's the button? Is this the button? No. That can't be the button. Did you just hit the button on the wall? Oh, would you look at that? That's crazy. So the cool purple light in the bridge was actually the doors to the ship itself. What? Mind blown. What the hell? That's so cool. Alright, let's have a look at some of these controls here. So we've got a bunch of different cargo areas here. We've got lock beams, rangefinder, auto locks. So these must be broken up into sections. I'm guessing we've got, let me just turn my head sideways. Yes, we've got A, B, C, and D. So these are your 4 different areas. I'm guessing these lights will light up differently depending on what stage it's in terms of getting ready to lock, is able to lock, and is locked. This will no doubt be in a manual if they have one. You've got a big red button everyone likes to push. And we've got engine switch disables all ship functions. That's the master power switch, so you want to keep the little bit closed there. Your rod and tank times, like I explained on the other ship as well as auto rod selection, as they've already got extra generators set up ready to go. Here we've got, let's just jump in. We've got alert all systems nominal, and again we've got this thing where we can switch through all the different bits of the ship to get all the info you need from one little display, which is pretty cool. We've got our position for ISAN here, which of course won't work in the shop, and your destination as well. Jumping out of here to the other side. On this side, this is a control area again for ISAN for inputting waypoints and destinations, so you can aim directly at them. And there is quite a few free spots in this YOLO area, so you will be able to add to this ship should you wish to program your own stuff. This side's a lot more full, however. Right, jumping in the main seat here. Here's the captain's view. Still a pretty good view area. From a seat this far back is pretty good. Again, the same thing, he can just scroll through all the different bits on the ship while giving his orders. So we should be able to just scroll through some of these. So he knows what's going on through all of this stuff. So that looks super cool. And I really like how this is lit as well. And, oh, there we go. So there's the main flight computer there. And flight control unit and all sorts up here, as well as a little bit more YOLO as well. So the question is, these seats, what are these for? Oh, and I saw a button there. Can I get out? No. Uh-oh. Don't say I'm trapped. No. There's got to be a button for this. Okay, well there's the cargo lock beams right there. And they seem to be in 2 sections for each quadrant. So if I just turn that off, you can see those are the rear ones. And then you got those. In fact, if I just aim the screen there, you can see it a bit more clearly there. There we go. And then you've got a rangefinder for the 2 different sections. And then I'm guessing the red might be auto lock? Who knows? Now, the question is, can I get out of this seat? How do I get out? Duratech, you have trapped me! Don't think it's any of these levers. Maybe it's on a hinge or something. This one? No. This way? This one? Nope. Alright. Time for the sneaky trick. Back in a minute. And just like that, I am out of the seat. So, by the looks of it, this is on a button that you hold? How does that make sense? I couldn't even see that from inside the seat, so maybe someone else has to let you out of the seat at that point? Questionable design choice, Duratech. Questionable design choice indeed. But yeah, definitely couldn't get out of that. Possible design fault there. Could not find the button. Has this got the same thing? Coming up from the floor? Yeah, there we go. Oh wait, that one works normal. Okay, Duratech, I found a bug. You need to fix that button. It does not want to stay. What about this side? Yep, that one works fine. And this one? Also not great if you open both at once. Yeah, okay, so they've just got one bugged button on their ship. Nothing a little engineering from Duratech can't fix. So, very, very cool. Very great field of view on this ship. But some questionable design choices, at least in my book. But a very enjoyable ship nonetheless, especially with this rotating doorway. Is there an exit button here? How do you get out? Have I trapped myself in the ship as well? Oh my goodness. Please don't say I have. So you can't get out the ship, and you can't get out of the seats. Damn it, Duratech. Oh, what about that button? That's the only button we can reach. Oh, there we go. So we can get out the ship at least. Freedom! So yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. I'm really liking the lights in this one. It really sets it apart from the other ships, which I can appreciate. But yeah, very, very cool ship, and can be used for salvage or bringing back entire asteroids to your own station, where you can use the station's power to chop them up into tiny little pieces. So there you have it, 3 very, very different ships, very different purposes, and let me know which one was your favourite in the comments. And we'll get to the other side a little bit later on next week. But until next time, Kenetor out.